A polo shirt can make you look like James Bond on vacation, or like you just got lost in a golf shop clearance sale. For men over 40, the difference comes down to details most guys never think about: the fabric, the fit in the arms, even how long it hangs. Get those wrong, and a polo will make you look heavier, older, and less put together than you actually are. But get them right, and suddenly a polo becomes one of the most flattering pieces in your wardrobe. It sharpens your shoulders, slims your waist, and works everywhere from summer weddings to casual Fridays. I've seen too many great men ruin this simple shirt by making the same easy-to-fix mistakes. So today we're breaking down the 10 biggest polo blunders and exactly what to do instead, so you can wear one like a true gentleman and never look like you borrowed it from the lost and found again. Chapter 1. The Boxy Corporate Freebie Fit. I can't tell you how many men over 40 are quietly sabotaging their style because of one thing: those boxy, heavyweight peak polos they got for free. You know the ones: stiff collars, company logo on the chest, sleeves wide enough to catch a crosswind. They might work for mowing the lawn or a charity golf scramble, but outside of that, they add bulk, shorten your frame, and instantly make you look older. The problem is twofold. First, the proportions are wrong. Dropped shoulder seams make your upper body look sloped instead of strong. Wide sleeves hang like fabric tubes instead of framing your arms. And the body cut is a perfect rectangle, so it just drapes straight down with no shape. Second, the fabric is usually thick and rigid, sitting on your body instead of draping with it, which exaggerates the boxiness. The fix is simple: get a modern, tailored cut. The shoulder seam should land right on the edge of your shoulder bone. The sleeves should hug your bicep lightly without squeezing. The torso should taper just enough to follow your shape without pulling across the chest or stomach. Look for polos like the Buck Mason Pima Classic Polo or the SUNSPEL Riviera Polo. I'd linked in the description: soft cotton, a trim but not tight cut, and sleeves that hit mid-bicep. It was actually tailored for Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. Even Peter Miller's Perth Cotton Polo delivers a refined fit that works equally well for business casual and weekends. Chapter 2. The Hemline Problem. A great polo can still look wrong if the length is off, and most guys don't even realize it. Too long, and the shirt swallows your legs, making you look shorter and heavier. Too short, and every time you reach for something, the hem rides up and flashes your midsection. Both throw off your proportions and break the clean, streamlined look a polo is supposed to give you. Here's the rule I live by: the hem should land right around mid-fly. That's the midpoint of your zipper. No lower than the bottom of the zipper, no higher than your waistband. This sweet spot keeps your legs looking balanced, your torso in proportion, and your shirt from bunching or riding up. If you have a longer torso, this is where fit labels matter. Brands like Peter Miller and Billy Reid often offer tall or long versions that add a little extra length without changing the proportions elsewhere. If you're on the shorter side, SUNSPEL and Buck Mason cut their polos slightly trimmer and shorter, which means you're not drowning in fabric. The beauty of getting hem length right is that it quietly sharpens your entire silhouette. You won't look like you're wearing a borrowed shirt, and you won't have to keep tugging it into place. It just sits exactly where it should, letting the rest of your outfit do the talking. Once you start paying attention to this, you'll notice how many men get it wrong, and how much better you look when you get it right. Chapter 3. Collars that collapse. Nothing ruins a polo faster than a collar that's given up. You've seen it: the edges curl, the points wave, and no amount of ironing or collar straightening will make it behave. Instead of framing your face and sharpening your neckline, the collar just slouches there, making the whole shirt look tired and worn out. The culprit is almost always construction. Cheap polos use flimsy rib-knit collars with no reinforcement, so they start to warp after a couple of washes. Even some higher-priced polos can fall into this trap if the design isn't built for longevity. And once the collar collapses, you lose the structure that makes a polo feel intentional and elevated. The fix is simple. Look for self-fabric collars made from the same material as the shirt body, or collars reinforced with interlining. This gives them the backbone they need to stand up and frame your face, wash after wash. The Davis Polo is a masterclass in this. The cotton mesh is substantial enough to keep the collar crisp without feeling stiff. Another great option is any polo from BUGATCHI, which uses a slightly heavier fabric so the collar keeps its shape naturally. I've linked both of these in the description so you can see exactly how a proper collar is built. Once you upgrade, you'll be surprised at how much sharper and more intentional your entire outfit feels, even if the rest of it is just jeans and loafers. Chapter 4. Shiny golf fabrics off the course. Performance polos have their place, and that place is on the golf course, the tennis court, or maybe a long hike. The problem is when guys wear them everywhere else. You know the look: shiny synthetic fabric that catches the light, often in a bright color with a texture that feels just a bit plasticky. It's great for wicking sweat, but off the course it can look cheap and out of place, especially when paired with jeans or casual shorts. The issue is that these fabrics are designed for function, not drape. They don't have the same weight, texture, or refinement as a cotton or cotton blend polo, so they don't hang as cleanly on the body. Instead, they cling in the wrong spots and give off a weekend tournament vibe. when you're just trying to grab dinner. The solution is to keep performance polos where they belong and invest in matte finish options for everyday wear. A good cotton peak, mercerized cotton, or cotton silk blend has a richness to it that instantly feels more polished. For something with a modern edge, the Buck Mason Pima Polo down in the description offers a smooth, lightweight knit that works just as well under a jacket as it does on its own. By swapping shiny synthetic for natural fibers in your daily rotation, you instantly upgrade your look without changing anything else. It's one of those small adjustments that makes you look more intentional and less like you just wandered off the back nine. Chapter 5. The Billboard Logo. Nothing dates a polo faster than a logo that's doing all the talking. Oversized ponies, crocodiles, shields, they pull focus away from you and turn the shirt into a walking advertisement. And the bigger the logo, the more it drifts into teenage or golf dad territory, no matter how nice the rest of your outfit is. The problem is that large logos dominate the chest visually. Even if the fit and fabric are perfect, your eye goes straight to the branding instead of the clean lines of the shirt. It's distracting, and it instantly limits versatility. A giant embroidered emblem might work on a casual weekend, but try wearing it under a blazer or with tailored trousers, and suddenly it looks forced. So instead, just let the shirt speak for itself. Look for polos with either no logo at all or a small tone-on-tone emblem that blends into the fabric. Minimal branding keeps the attention on your overall look, not just one spot on your chest. The James Perse lightweight jersey polo is a great example. Luxuriously soft cotton, a modern cut, and branding so subtle you have to look twice to find it. It's honestly one of my favorites, and definitely worth checking out down below. When you strip away the billboard, the polo becomes a true chameleon. Something that works just as well at a casual brunch as it does layered under a jacket for a dinner out. That's the kind of quiet confidence a gentleman's wardrobe should project. Chapter 6. Overly loud colors and patterns. There's a fine line between adding personality to your outfit and looking like you're headed to a beach-themed costume party. Neon yellow, lime green, or polos covered in oversized tropical prints might have their place, usually on vacation, but they rarely flatter men over 40 in day-to-day life. Bright, high-saturation colors can wash out your skin tone, highlight redness, and draw attention away from your face. Loud prints have a similar problem. They dominate the look, making the polo the star instead of you. The goal is timelessness, not trend chasing. So instead, go for muted colors like navy, charcoal, cream, olive, and soft burgundy tend to work on almost every skin tone and pair easily with other wardrobe staples. Subtle patterns, think microstripes, fine jacquard textures, or tone-on-tone geometrics, can add interest without stealing the spotlight. The Orlebar Brown Felix linen polo nails this balance with understated stripes and earthy tones that work just as well with chinos as they do with tailored shorts. When you choose a muted palette and subtle patterning, your polo stops shouting for attention and starts working with the rest of your outfit. It gives you range. You can dress it up under a blazer, keep it casual with denim, or wear it on a warm evening out without looking like you just wandered in from a beach resort gift shop. Chapter 7. Sloppy pairings. Even the best polo in the world can't save an outfit if it's paired with the wrong bottoms. I see it all the time. A crisp, well-fitted polo worn with baggy cargo shorts, basketball shorts, or jeans that are 2 sizes too big. The result? The polo loses all of its polish and suddenly looks like just another casual t-shirt. The problem is proportion and tone. Cargo shorts with oversized pockets throw off the clean lines of a polo, making your silhouette look bulky and unbalanced. Long, athletic shorts create a jarring contrast. Performance bottoms paired with a refined top. And overly loose denim adds unnecessary weight, undoing the slimming effect of a well-fitted shirt. The solution is to pair your polo with bottoms that match its level of refinement. Tailored chino shorts in a 7 to 9-inch inseam work perfectly for summer. Slim or straight-leg chinos in neutral colors are a year-round option. And if you want to keep it casual but sharp, opt for well-fitting dark denim with minimal distressing. The Dobby Slim Fit chinos by Rice are a standout for their clean tailoring and lightweight feel, perfect for warmer weather. For a sharp casual option, the APC Petite Standard jeans offer a trim, modern cut without feeling restrictive. Both create a balanced silhouette that lets the polo take center stage without competing for attention. When your bottoms are as intentional as your top, the entire outfit feels cohesive. Instead of looking like you just threw something on, you look like you built the look. And that's the difference between casual and careless. Chapter 8. Too many buttons undone. A couple of buttons left open on a polo can look relaxed and confident, but go too far and suddenly it's less gentleman at ease and more guy trying too hard at a beach bar. I've seen men undo 3 or even 4 buttons, which not only throws the proportions off but also causes the placket to spread wide, distorting the shape of the shirt. It's a small detail, but it changes the entire feel of the outfit. The sweet spot? One button undone for a clean, polished look. 2 if you're in a casual setting and want a bit more openness. Anything beyond that, and the balance tips from intentional to careless. Fit plays a role here too. A polo with a well-structured placket and properly spaced buttons will naturally sit better, even when open. The Canali Wola Polo is a great example. Its reinforced placket keeps its shape whether you button 1 or 2. For a more casual option, the Faherty Movement Polo uses a soft, stretch fabric, but still holds the placket in place beautifully. If you're curious about how these look in action, I've linked both in the description so you can see the difference a well-designed placket makes. Once you try a polo that keeps its shape when unbuttoned, you'll wonder why you ever put up with the floppy, gaping look of cheaper versions. In the end, the goal isn't to show more. It's to show just enough, and with polos, that restraint always reads sharper. Chapter 9. Worn out or faded polos. A polo isn't meant to be a forever piece. No matter how much you love it, there comes a point when it's past its prime, and wearing it anyway drags down your whole look. The signs are easy to spot. Collars that have gone soft and wavy, hems that have stretched, colors that have faded into a dull version of what they once were. Even if the fit was perfect on day 1, time and wear eventually take their toll. The problem is that worn-out polos send the wrong message. They make it look like you're not paying attention to the details, and that lack of attention can overshadow everything else you're wearing. The fix is to treat polos like you would dress shirts or t-shirts, rotate them, care for them properly, and replace them when they've crossed the line from lived in to past it. For most guys, that's every 12 to 18 months depending on wear. When it's time to refresh, invest in options that will hold their color and shape longer. The Loro Piana Cotton Polo is made with premium cotton that keeps its structure and deep color even after repeated washes. For something less pricey but still durable, the Rag & Bone Standard Issue Polo offers a clean cut and fabric that resists pilling and fading over time. Keeping your polo rotation fresh means you're always presenting yourself in a shirt that looks as sharp as it feels. It's a small change that makes a big difference, because nothing says gentleman like clothes that look cared for. Chapter 10. Ignoring occasion fit. One of the biggest mistakes I see men make with polos is treating them as if they're only for casual wear. The truth is, a polo is one of the most versatile shirts you can own, but only if you match the fit and styling to the occasion. Wear the same untucked, soft collar polo you use for weekend errands into a business casual meeting, and it'll look underdressed. On the flip side, tucking in a heavy, sporty peak polo with shorts can feel stiff and out of place. The key is knowing when to tuck, when to untuck, and when to upgrade the fabric and cut. For smart settings, think dinners, casual Fridays, or events where a shirt and tie would be too much. Tuck in a lightweight, fine-gauge knit polo with tailored trousers or chinos. It creates the same clean line as a dress shirt but feels far more relaxed. The Zegna Melange Polo is perfect for this, with a sleek profile that sits beautifully under a blazer. For casual days, keep the polo untucked, but make sure it still fits like it was made for you. Pair it with well-fitted shorts or slim jeans, and choose a fabric with texture for a more relaxed vibe. The Todd Snyder Montauk Polo does this effortlessly, with a soft, slightly vintage finish that works perfectly off-duty. When you start thinking of polos as adaptable rather than one note, you'll get far more mileage out of them. And you'll always look like you dressed for the moment, not just for convenience. The polo shirt might be one of the simplest pieces in a man's wardrobe, but as you've just seen, the difference between wearing one well and wearing one poorly is all in the details. Get the fit right, choose the right fabric, pay attention to proportion, and suddenly this everyday shirt becomes a style powerhouse. Ignore those things, and it's just another casual top that does nothing for you. The best part? These fixes aren't complicated. They don't require a full closet overhaul or a new wardrobe budget, just a sharper eye and a willingness to upgrade where it matters. So whether you're tucking it in for a dinner out, pairing it with jeans for the weekend, or keeping it crisp for the office, remember, a great polo works with you, not against you. If you want to check out any of the polos I mentioned, I've put the links together so you can see exactly why they made the cut. Now, go wear yours like a true gentleman.